Welcome back to the Carlton Crest Hotel in Melbourne, where the Crows will be getting an early night before tomorrow's grand final against St Kilda. Joining me is Daryl Hart, the Crows assistant coach. And Daryl, it's been important, the routine, sticking to it, and you've stuck to it again today.
Yeah, obviously there was a little bit of a change with regard to the grand final parade, but 90% of it has been as we have normally done. There's just been a few more people around.
You know, 100,000 people in the centre of Melbourne for the parade. How much has that taken out of the blokes? How much has that distracted them?
Oh, I don't think it's distracted them too much because it's the same for both sides. I think the bonus is because having to come over earlier, the boys will sleep very well tonight.
Now, Tony Modra on the plane this morning, had to get on in a wheelchair, both bung knees, but he's been so much a part of it. How much has his presence both on the plane and at the parade lifted the boys?
Obviously the boys know that Tony's been a real integral part for the last 6 years, and they're feeling very sorry for what's happened. And just to know that he's had the operation, had it done, and he's able to get over it, be it in a wheelchair, I think it's great support for the players, and I think it's good for him as well.
I hope so. Anyway, good luck to you and the boys tomorrow, Darryl, and the big one at the MCG.
Thanks, Bruce.
Well, the Crows had their last run before the game just down the road at the Junction Oval a short time ago. Max Stevens kept a close eye on training, and Max, the atmosphere here.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable. You have to actually be here to feel it, and I'm sure tomorrow on 7 for the people who aren't going to make it going to feel it. Now, the Crows walked about 200-300 metres down to the Junction Oval. Through the park. Couldn't believe it. Getting a few hoots on the old horn. Don't worry about that.
Now, what about the key position, though? The full forward.
Okay, at training this afternoon, we saw Sean Wren and Rod Jamieson looking at that full forward in the drills, so I'd say one of those are going to pick up the full forward position.
Now, Darren Jarman, obviously start in the middle, but he could get tagged and then move, perhaps.
Yeah, look, I'd say that Darren will start in the middle without question, but we saw last week at half-time, Blighty made those amazing moves and just turned everything around, and they're back in the hunt and they went on to win the game. So he has all those options, which will be fantastic. Now, at the moment, the Crows are having dinner together. Then they've got a team meeting at about 7:15 Melbourne time, and then obviously down to bed. And I don't know if you could sleep. It'd be just about impossible, wouldn't it?
It'll be a big buzz. They'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Sure, they'll do us proud.
Now, just quickly, St Kilda are going for 10 straight. Adelaide only going for 4. Now, let's be honest, Bruce, you've been around and put here a long time. Go the Crows. The last thing to beat Adelaide. Good on you.
Well, there are plenty of nervous Crows tonight as they think about running onto the MCG in front of 100,000 people. One man who'd love to be part of it but won't be is their most popular player.
The irony wasn't lost on Tony Modra. Adelaide's most athletic player confined to a wheelchair for the biggest match in Crows history. Surgery on both knees ruling him out of the final.
But I think if I had it over again, I wouldn't get them both done at the same time.
Why is that, mate?
Because it's too hard to bloody walk.
Heartbroken at missing the match, but still desperate for a Crows win.
Sure, the boys are pretty confident, so yeah, but just come home with a win tomorrow night.
As coaches and senior players lined up for the last word on the decider, the Crows confident they could cover the John Coleman medalist.
If Tony had went down probably 2 or 3 years ago, our forward line perhaps would have become a lot less potent, but on the weekend we showed that we still had a couple of guys who get their hands on the footy and kick goals, which was pretty pleasing.
A big effort to make the final, but the coach feels the Crows must do more to shrug off a lingering image problem.
And what it's done is perhaps solidified the Adelaide Footy Club as a club, and people might now see it as not this concoction. However, you will still see it as a concoction round 1 next year if we don't win tomorrow.
Will there be any tampering with the Crows' place 21?
Look, the 21 will run out as they are.
And the same for St Kilda?
Don't know. Somebody might slip over going down the race.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, at this stage, the 21, I agree with that, Stan. No, it's a good call, Stan.
In Melbourne, Paul Dowling, 7 Nightly News.